Hello students, today we are going to find out the no-load characteristics or open circuit characteristics of DC generator. So the title of the experiment is the no-load characteristics of DC generator, an objective to plot the OCC curve of DC generator. So here you can see the circuit diagram of a DC generator and a DC motor here. So this is a separately excited DC motor and that is a separately excited DC generator, and this separately excited DC generator motor is connected through a battery, or its field is connected through a battery. So F is the positive side and double F is the negative side. F means the plus side of the field, that means the positive side, and double F means the negative side, and that is the field winding. So here the field current IF is supplied to the field of the DC motor, and here also a DC supply is connected across the armature of the DC motor, and this is the voltmeter which is connected to measure the supply voltage of the motor, and the ammeter is connected in series to measure the supply current. And this DC motor is coupled with a DC generator. So here this DC motor is act as a prime mover. So when the DC motor is rotating in condition, then the generator is also rotated. That means the DC motor is used to supply the torque to the DC generator, and this is a DC generator, and this is the armature. So positive side of armature, this A, and the negative side of the armature is connected with the voltmeter. So we can measure the terminal voltage of the DC generator by the help of this voltmeter, and here you can see a separately excited DC generator. Actually, the characteristics of separately excited DC generator and shunt DC generator is same. So whenever we are performing the separately excited DC generator characteristics experiment, the shunt generator characteristics is also same like the separately excited DC generator. So here you can see the field. This is the positive side of the field, that is the negative side of the field. So the field is connected to an external DC source through a variable resistance. So by varying this resistance, we can control the supply current or field current of the DC generator, that is IFL. That is the field current of the DC generator. So in OCC characteristics curve or no-load characteristics curve, or you can say the magnetizing characteristics curve, we have to plot a graph between the field current of the DC generator and the terminal voltage of the DC generator. So this motor is simply act as a prime mover. So when the speed of the motor is in a constant value, then the generator is also rotating in a constant RPM. So if we increase the excitation voltage of the generator, then the excitation current will increase, that means the field current will increase, and hence the terminal voltage of the generator is increased due to the increasing of induced EMF in the generator. So this is the characteristics, and we have to make a table, that is the observation table, the serial number, terminal voltage and field current. And after getting the table, we have to plot a graph like that. The IFL is the field current and the VT is the terminal voltage. So this is the cause lies in the x-axis, and that is the effect which lies in the y-axis. So now we are going to perform the experiment. So now you can see the panel of the characteristics of DC generator. So at first we are going to connect the wire, and thus we are performing the experiment. So this is the motor side and this is the generator side, and here you can see the motor and generator are coupled with each other, and these are the separately excited DC motor and DC generator. And this is the motor control drives. By the help of these drives we can control the speed of the motor, and several numbers of meters are connected: voltmeter, ammeter, there is a voltmeter, another ammeter, another ammeter. So at first we have to reconstruct the circuit by opening this wire. At first we have to open the wire. So at first we have to connect the field winding of the motor. So here you can see the F is the positive side and the double F is the negative side, and this is the field of the motor. So this F is connected here. So these two F are connected with each other, and now we have to connect this double F with this double F. So the next connection between this double F and this double F. So field connection is done. Right now we have to connect the armature through a voltmeter to measure the supply voltage to the armature of the DC motor, and an ammeter which is used to measure the supply current towards the armature or armature current. Now this A is the positive side, so we have to connect the supply with the voltmeter in parallel. So this positive terminals are connected. So parallel connection means to positive, that means A, this red and this red. So that is the positive side of voltmeter, and that is the positive side of the supply of armature. So that is the negative side of the supply and the negative side of the voltmeter. So it is the parallel connection. Right now we have to connect the ammeter in series. So we can connect this cord here or here also because these two ports are connected with each other. So we are connecting this cord or this patch cord here. These are known as patch cord. So after that, in series connection means the positive side of the voltmeter or supply is connected to the positive side of the ammeter, and the negative side of the ammeter is connected with the positive side of the armature. So right now this is the armature, so positive side of the armature, and now the negative side of the armature, that is connected with the negative side of the supply. Hence the circuit is complete by that method. So the negative side of the armature, that is AA, is connected with the negative side of the supply. That means here. These are the multi-patch cord. So you can see here is a hole. You can connect this patch cord here by using this hole. Okay? So this is the connection of the motor side. This connection is actually, we haven't measured the the supply voltage of the generator, of the motor, and the armature current of the motor. Actually this motor is act as a prime mover. We have to measure the terminal voltage of the generator and the field current of the generator. So now this is the generator mode, that is G. So here at first this is two terminal, A is the positive terminal. So the positive terminal is connected with the positive side of the voltmeter, okay, and the negative side of the armature is connected with the negative side of the voltmeter. So this is the generator armature connection with the voltmeter. So we can measure the terminal voltage here. And now the connection of the field, we have to measure the field current. So we can connect this ammeter to measure the field current. So at first you can see here these two ports. This is an external DC supply which is used to supply the field current to the field of the DC generator. So as you know that it is a separately excited DC generator, so the field excitation is fed from an external DC source. This is the external DC source, okay. So now from this side, that means this red port is connected. We have to connect the field. This is the field, the positive side of the field, this is the negative side of the field. So at first this red port, that means the plus side is connected to the ammeter. We have to connect this ammeter in series with the field, and the negative side, that is that side of the ammeter, is connected to the positive side of the field, that is F. This is a series connection, and the negative side of the field, that is F, is connected with the negative side of the supply, external DC supply, that is the black terminal. So now you can see the total circuit of the DC motor side and DC generator side. Now this switch is used as a switch of the external DC source. When this switch is on, then the excitation is on. And by the help of this variable resistance or this variac, we can increase the field current of the DC generator. Okay, and this is the motor side switch, and this is the drives which is used to supply the current to the DC motor armature, and the field is remain constant. So at first we have to on the panel. You can see here, this is the drives, the mains is on, and when the drive is on, you can see here this light, and now we have to on the DC generator field, and you can see here 0.296 ampere is right now the field current. We can increase or decrease the field current. So at first we have to find out the residual voltage. That means when there is no such field flux, when there is no field current is supplied to the field winding due to the residual magnetism concept or due to the residual flux of the pole, a small amount of voltage will generate in the terminal of the generator. So at first we have to off this switch. When we off this switch, then the field current is 0. So when the field current is 0, if there is a terminal voltage is find out, then this terminal voltage is produced by the help of residual flux of the pole of the DC generator. Now we have to rotate the prime mover. Here the prime mover is the motor to rotate the generator, and when we are going to rotate the prime mover or motor, we have to supply the rated voltage to the armature of the motor. So rated voltage to the armature of the motor is, in case of this generator motor set, the rated voltage of the motor is 220 volt. So here you can see the voltage and current is increasing in order. That means the voltage of motor and the current of motor So here you can see the 220 volt, this 221 volt, that is plus minus 5% tolerable. This is the rated voltage of the motor, and 0.0